But another way I found combining the two to really get a good finish was to add a layer. So I'm going to say new layer. This one we're going to sandwich in between the notepad and the table layer. We'll call this paper. This is our paper layer. This grey paper here, this grey colour here rather. I'm going to go like this, and then I'm going to use the brushes again. Where are we? I'm going to use the brushes again. And oops, can't be the same color. We've got to be a slightly darker gray, which we are because we've got one selected here. And we're going to, there we go. I'm going to sort of crush around the paper. I'll bring you back in a sec. Okay, so you can see here behind I've basically just crushed up our paper. I'm going to just turn this back on for a second. I'm going to toggle the layer settings. I'm going to turn my opacity down. I'm going to come to the paper level. I'm going to go edit, free transform. I'm going to keep my finger on shift so it keeps, oops, roughly the same proportions down to about here. And I'm going to take my finger off shift and I'm just going to match it to the size of the paper, just below the size of the paper. Actually, we don't want it coming out the edges. There we go. I want it to cover the edges though. Okay, welcome back. As you can see, my free transform has just covered the paper here. I'm going to click off, accept my changes. I'm going to turn the opacity of my notepad layer back up to 100%. Then I'm going to add a layer mask, and this time the layer mask works as it should. I'm then going to go back, yeah, I'm still on my brushes, still on my paper brush. I'm going to choose a different one, 505 to 435, and I'm going to start bringing back my paper, my notepad. Okay, so you just catch me at the end here as I'm just painting back in my paper and then just going around with the eraser and just adding that extra bit if I feel there are any bits that kind of need a little bit extra here. This is kind of a bit more, I've gone a bit more overboard really than on that one, but it's kind of similar. So, okay, so now let's finish off the look. We're going to do a little bit more pinching and bloating to carry on with that effect. That's a bloat, I meant to have pinch there. Okay. There we go, and that actually brings out the yellow back out. It's like it's puffing it back out a bit, so kind of like that. I'm just going to go down to that paper layer and get rid of that corner. Okie dokie, so yeah, I just did a little clean up there. Just jumped away for a second to clean up some of the paper layer. Right, now we are going to merge these two layers down. So we're going to come up to the notepad, come up to layer and say merge down, because those are as we want them now. So the mask has gone and that's how we want it. Right, now we are going to go down to the bottom layer, our background layer, and we're going to go edit, free distort. And we're going to just turn this around and give it some perspective as if it's a sort of table that we're viewing from above at a slight angle. So I'll just do that, bring you back. Okay, Steamians, just there you go. I've just done a free distort. I'm just about to accept the changes. Then I'm going to go up to the paper layer and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go edit, free distort, and now I'm going to metaphorically put the paper, oops, on the table basically. So yeah, I'll get you back in a second. I'm going to start with the top actually just before you go. It's always best to start with the top. and line up. Okay, I'll get you back in a second. Okay, Steamians, as you can see there, I've just done a free distort. I'm just going to accept those changes. So we've now put our table, our note, onto the table, so to speak. And as you can see there, the free distort helps, of course, distort the writing. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to layer styles on our paper, and we are going to add some drop shadow. So I'm going to do some drop shadow. I want it to be, not that corner, I want it to be sort of coming out of that corner. I want the distance to be a lot less. 4, 2, 3, that sort of distance. Yeah, that's cool. I want the size, the spread to be a little bit more. I want the opacity up to 100. Actually, just under 100. And yeah, the size possibly, I'm going to just, yeah, there we go, 4. And change that opacity down to about 96. Okay, let's have a look at that. Yep, that's all good. It's all good, baby. And there we go. You can even do a bit more pinching and bloating should you require. Is that a pinch? No, it's the bloat. There we go. There's a pinch. So yeah, should you require, you can do a bit more pinching and bloating. Look at that. I've changed him from a happy face to a smiley face by doing that. Sorry, a smiley face to a sad face by doing that. So yeah, there you go. And you can even go around with the eraser, just get a normal brush, diffused brush, and start sort of tearing these edges, so to speak. And oops, I didn't mean to do that much. And there you go. That's basically the paper effect, the note paper effect. So yeah, hope this has helped you if you want to do this kind of effect, or you know, perhaps you didn't want to do it, but now you do. So yeah, off you go and have a go. We can see those there. I think my tutorial one's better. So yeah, there you go. All right, thank you, and Crypto G out.